Hi, sweet friends. Today we are going to cozy up my kitchen for winter. I'll be sharing all my tips and ideas for a cozy cottage-style kitchen. The kitchen is not only the heart of the home, but it is a busy place. The place where coffee is brewed and enjoyed, and plans are made for the day. It is the home for a little window herb garden, the landing spot for unfinished DIY projects, a classroom where learning happens, and of course, where meals are prepared and shared. My kitchen needed a little TLC before I got into redecorating the space after the holidays. I took everything off my counters and gave them a really good clean. I still need to clean the fridge and the oven too. The list is long, but I am grateful to have this beautiful, cozy home to care for. I had some leftover fruit in the fridge that was a bit past its time for eating, but I didn't want it to completely go to waste. I love to add fruit like this to a simmer pot. It makes the whole house smell warm and cozy. I added some clementines, cranberries, vanilla, cinnamon sticks, and whole star anise. I shared in my last video that my word for this year is intentional. In all that I do, I am trying to be more intentional. When I brought things back into my kitchen, I tried to bring back things that were useful, but in my opinion, it is okay to have a few things that you find to be beautiful. After all, some pieces are just that, beautiful. They bring joy, and though I try not to keep things on my counter that are not functional, I do love to style my peg rails with pieces that are collected and beautiful to me. The combination feels cozy. That may not be what works for you in your kitchen, and that's okay. I always say to do what works best for you, but for me, this combination seems to work well. One change that I decided to make was to bring my mixer back out to the counter. I did store it under my cabinets, but my husband got me this lovely copper bowl, and I use this mixer all of the time, so I decided to find a permanent home for it on the counter, along with this set of mixing bowls that was also a gift for Christmas. They are really pretty but functional because I use them for baking and bread making. I have a few winter elements scattered throughout my home. I added some pine cones to my hanging baskets. I love using pine cones as basket and bowl filler. You can go right outside and collect a bunch. I moved my cake stand over here that is usually on my table for something a bit different. It seems there are always dishes in the sink that need to be tended to, but that just means that there are many meals that have been enjoyed. I want to tidy up here a bit before I restyle my sink area. I recently thrifted an entire box of dishes in this blue Nordic pattern that is on the picture that is holding the dish brushes. I shared all of the details over on my Instagram, and you all know that I don't usually purchase big sets of dishes, but I did make an exception for these because I collect this pattern and I've had a really hard time finding many pieces in it, so I went ahead and scooped it up. The price of the entire box was $35, which was just an amazing deal. My sweet friend gave me this adorable gingham apron with a crocheted edge for Christmas, and I just love it. It fits perfectly into my kitchen. Traditionally, we think of spring as the time for cleaning out and cleaning up, but I think that winter is the perfect opportunity to tend to the inside of your home. Cleaning some neglected areas, editing your belongings, and maybe working on some home projects. That way, when spring arrives, you can shift your attention to the outdoors. I really wanted a different look on my kitchen island. I relocated my antique footage tray over to my kitchen table. I then decided to add a crock with some rolling pins here for some warmth. I used this juniper wreath that I had on my peg rails for the holidays and just moved it here and paired it with a candle for some color. Finally, this covered dish came in the set of dishes that I thrifted. I love the color and pattern that it adds. I wanted to chat about these chair cushions for just a minute and explain why only 2 chairs have cushions. This is a project I've been working on for what feels like forever. I wanted different cushions for my chairs and I couldn't find anything in a pattern that I liked, or the price was outrageous. I ended up purchasing pillow covers and covered my old chair cushions with the pillow covers and then added these iron-on snaps in the corners to keep them on the chairs. I just haven't had a chance to finish them, but I am hoping in the next video I can show you how they all turned out. I have a couple of updates I wanted to share about my breakfast nook. You might have caught my shares on Instagram about my kitchen chairs that I have been working on for almost 3 weeks now. I had 6 chairs that I thrifted for $8 each, plus I got 20% off, so I paid right around $40 for all 6 of them. I fell in love with the look of some of these inspiration picks here, the mix of white with the wood. I spent about a week stripping them down to the natural wood and pulling off all of the old stain, which was a very tedious process, and it took me hours to do just one chair. The last couple of weeks I've been painting the other 4 white. I still need to go back and distress the white chairs to add a bit of character to them, and I still have 2 more chairs that I need to paint as well, which is why you only see 4 chairs here. And I've been playing around how I want to arrange them, whether I want to do the 3 chairs on each side with the wood in the middle, or if I wanted to put the wood chairs on the end. I just wasn't quite sure about that. I felt like the chairs stuck out just a little bit too far, so I think I might prefer the 3 on one side and 3 on the other, but I will continue to play around with it and decide which way looks best. I am hoping that when I share my next video, I will be able to show you a complete look over here in this area of my kitchen. But that's kind of how it goes with DIY projects. They always take longer than what you expect. Finally, I wanted to give you just a little peek at my cabinets. I brought in my blue dishes mixed in with my ironstone. This is one of the places in my home I allow myself to have a little bit of fun and let my collections shine. I try to balance displaying my pieces in a way that allows you to see what is there and really enjoy it, but I do love to layer in these cabinets. In this week's Cozy Chats, I have a few simple ideas for adding coziness to your kitchen. I like to not only think about how a space looks, but also cozy scents, as well as the feeling that you get when you are in the space. Well, sweet friends, I hope that you got some inspiration for your home, and if you are new here, I hope that you will make yourself at home, subscribe, and stay a while. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you next week.